Hi guys, it's Hugo and welcome back to another video. Today I'll bring you my review for A Beast Within by Aidan Lucid. This book was sent me by the author in exchange of an honest review, so thank you so much for sending me the book. I really appreciate when it's a physical copy. It's easier for me to read than sometimes it got lost in when it's e-copies on the Kindle, so it's easier to remember that I have to read this one. So I read this around Halloween and I postponed the review to think a little bit about how could I phrase this book and how could I give the review of this book. So this is a very short book. It has on my edition, this is Things by the Author, 102 pages. So it's a novella, sort of. So it's a 100-page book. It's very small. And we follow Jeremy, who came out of jail and is trying to get back into his life until he's caught back again into being a criminal and ended up in this house in the middle of nowhere with this family. We know that family from the beginning of the book, is the first chapter, and we know something happened, and that is what is the story evolves. So they are with the family as hostage, trying to find a plan to leave the country and live with the money they stole. So it's the plot of the story is basically they're living with the family, and we know from the beginning that something could happen with the family. Now, what did I think about the book? I was intrigued by the first chapter. I was like, okay, and then we changed to the other character, to Jeremy, and I was like, okay, so this is not going to be our main focus, so this is going to be important later. And I think the part where Jeremy explains his experience and talks about the experience as an ex-con, it's important because we typically don't remember people. People can change, and I believe that. I am a true believer that some people can change, especially when it's misdemeanors like drug or even robbery. When you say like, because it's an armed robbery, but if they don't kill anyone, they didn't harm anyone, the weapon is more a scare tactic. And I think they should be rehabilitated to society if they serve the time, if they change their behaviors, and find opportunities, work opportunities, because you cannot become someone of use in society if you don't have a job, if you don't have something to rely on. And it's very hard because there's a lot of judgments around that. So I thought that part was very interesting. So when he comes back and you go to the family, I was always on the edge of my seat, like, when is something is going to happen? And I think that was the biggest letdown of this book for me, was the ending should happen before, and it should be a longer part, because I wanted more of that. So the conclusion is what I wanted. I just wanted to be a longer part. Maybe in a full-length novel that would happen, or even in a bigger book, because I expected from seeing that and understanding, I was like, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. I need to know when. And then I'll start continue, and I was like, maybe it's not gonna happen, but it doesn't make sense. Why should that be in the first chapter? And then I was thinking, well, and when it twisted, I was like, okay. But then I was so close to the end, I was like, but it's so close to the end, it's gonna feel a little rush. And in some parts it was, and I just think it took advantage of that to make it a more horror story, and to make a little bit of the horror and what I wanted in my idea, because I feel that was the interesting part for me, was, okay, it's gonna get gruesome, it's gonna get edgy, and it was very fast. We get like 2-3 chapters and it's over. I understand and I see, because the science behind it and the explanation makes sense, but I hoped it was more explored. So give me, I don't know, 30 more pages of that gruesome, of that beast, of that attack, of everything, because I think that was what I was hoping for, and it was delivered a little bit too late, and that bumped me a little bit off the book, because I was like, only this? I was expecting a little bit more, like, from the middle it could change, and I understand when it's explained and everything is explained, I was like, okay, but I wanted more. I think it missed some opportunities on intense of the action, because without going to many spoilers, but they get captured again, and it could have been like a trial of one by one, and then when it could happen slowly and make a little bit of mind games, and even the fights, the last fight scene could be a little bit more intense. But I think it was just because it was too short, because if it was a little bit lengthy, it could increase. So I think this is my biggest downplay of this book, was that I wish the delivery of the end was more intense, and we were exposed to this sooner and longer than what we were. But I enjoy it. It's not a bad read. It's definitely a Halloween read, and a very fast one if you're looking for next year's Halloween. It's perfect because it's short and you read it like this in a breeze. The font, it's big in the edition, so you don't need to worry about that. It's well written. Yes, I like the writing style. In the beginning, it makes me a little bit edgy. The Mars not being justified. It's something that my boyfriend doesn't do in his works, and I was like, always justify, because it mixes my nerves not having justified text. But it's a personal choice. But yeah, I think it delivers, but I wish it delivered a little bit more. I hope the author, it has other catalogs. So he has The Lost Sun, which is a fantasy, I believe. Well, at least it has a dragon, so I hope it's a fantasy. Dark Secrets, Unlucky Charm. So it has some other, I believe these are horror novels. So you have a lot of different, The Scavenger, this I believe will be like fantasy. Well, fantasy horror is always connected, but this is horror, says here. YA horror. I don't know if The Lost Sun will be horror or fantasy, but it has a lot of different books. You can check it out and definitely give more hype to an indie published author. So yeah, thank you again, Aidan, for the book, for in change of this review. I hope you guys like it. I hope you give it a chance. It's a fast read. You can get it very fast, and it's not a bad read. It just don't get the hopes so high as I did for the end, but the end delivers something, and I just wish it was a little bit more. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this review. If you like it and you reach this far, don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I post videos 3 times a week, sometimes more now in Christmas time. I have a lot of back videos I want to put before the end of the year. Not to put for the next year, maybe. I have to see. I do reading sprints on my channel on Fridays if you want to join. I have also book clubs down below on the Discord if you want to join them. Yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I hope you see you guys on my next video, okay? Bye.